Barbara here from Barbara Makes Crafts. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. You are always welcome here, and I just hope that you will hit that little subscribe button down below, and that would really help me out a lot, and you will learn more about that at the end of the video, so be sure and stay for the whole thing. So today I want to show you how to make and sell your car decals. Now this is a very easy craft, and it won't take you too long to do, and I'm going to make just a simple one that says life happens, and it's very easy, and I hope that you can follow along pretty easy. We will need some supplies today, and obviously you're going to need a Cricut machine or some other cutting machine, a silhouette, something like that to do your cutting. You will need Design Space if you're using a Cricut or your other software. I'm not sure what the names of those are, but comparable software would be good. You will need some vinyl. You can make your car decals in any color that you want to. I'm going to use red today so that you can definitely see what I'm doing. And I pretty much like white on cars, but I have seen other colors and I like those too. I guess it just depends on the color of your car. You will need a 12 by 12 Cricut standard grip cutting mat. You can use the 12 by 24 if you want to make more, but I'm going to use the 12 by 12 today. And you'll need some weeding tools. These two right here, just a regular weeder and a pair of tweezers that has just the sharp pointed, very small pointed ends on the end. These things, this has become my favorite weeding tool because it picks up all those little bitty pieces that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. So these are good, and 143 Vinyl sells these. I think they're $7 each. So those are good. And then this is just the standard Cricut weeding tool, just with the hook. They make several types of weeding tools, but this one would be my favorite. The vinyl we'll be using today, by the way, is from 143 Vinyl. It's the StarCraft permanent adhesive vinyl. And this stuff, this is the cheapest stuff that I have found, and it is awesome vinyl. Very few that I've used compare to this, so if you haven't tried this, I'm going to link to it below so you can know exactly what I'm buying, where I got it from. A straight edge for your cutting when you get the decals done. You'll need something to burnish your vinyl down onto your mat, onto the backing, and your transfer tape. This scraper is the best one that I found. It's from 143 Vinyl also, and it's $2 or $3. I can't exactly remember. It's not pliable, but it does give a little bit, so it makes your burnishing a lot easier. You can use something like this. This is the Cricut scraper. I don't care for it as much because it's got this sharp kind of edge on it, and it leaves lines in your vinyl that I'm a perfectionist, guys, so I don't want to give anybody something like that. But to the naked eye, they might not the naked eye, but the untrained eye, they might not notice. But I like to try to avoid that. And there's one more tool that I use occasionally. This is the Cricut Brayer tool, and it's just a rolling pin. So you honestly can just use a rolling pin. I have one that I bought several years ago when my kids were young, probably 20-25 years ago, that I still use sometimes for my Cricut braying. I used it a lot when the kids were growing up to make pastries and stuff like that. So, but this one is from Cricut, and I will be linking to this one. And you will need transfer tape. This transfer tape is Tape Man Blue. I found it on Amazon. It's 12 inches by 100 feet. I think $20 or something. And that is a good deal because any other transfer tape that I've used is going to cost probably twice that. So this is good, and I'll link to that also. Okay, so we are going to go now to Design Space and design our decal, and I will see you over there in just a minute. Okay, so here we are in Design Space, and I have opened a new canvas, started a new project, and for this project, I want to get the Life Happens cut file. So to do that, we're going to head over to Barbara Makes Crafts, going over to my website, to my resource library, where we will find the cut file. Now, in order to get into the resource library, you will need a password. So if you don't have the password, you can just go ahead and enter it. Enter your email, and I will send that password right away. And that password is also at the bottom of every email that I send. So here you will enter your password, and it'll take you right to all the cut files. And I want to choose the Life Happens. So I'm going to double click on it for it to download, and it will go to my downloads folder. So let's go back to Design Space. And now we're going to go here to Upload, where we are going to search in my Downloads folder for Life Happens. And we have it here in a zip folder. So we're going to click on that zip folder. All right, so here it is. I'm just going to double click on it, and you will see, and you'll see here it pops up. So what you want to do is upload, and it'll upload to your Design Space. And so you just want to click on it, and down here, Insert Images, you'll see that it pops up right here on your canvas. Okay, So for a card decal, you'll notice that that is really kind of big. So we're going to size it down. The best way to do it, since it's so big, is going to be up here. Go to More. And over here where it says size, we want about 4 inches wide. So just input 4 inches by about 3 inches high. And we'll see how that looks. Okay, yes. All right, so this is a pretty simple cut file that we just will use it like it is. So what you want to do now is you want to select it. And once you select it, go up here to the upper right and hit duplicate. So it's going to add another Life Happens. We're going to do that 2 more times so we can make 4 on one sheet of vinyl. So we're just going to move them all into different places. Okay, so we want to move these so they're far enough apart for you to make a good cut, but not so far apart that it goes over the 12 by 12, really 11.5 by 11.5 limit of the Cricut's cutting capabilities. Okay, so we are good there. So we're going to go ahead and click Make It. So when we do that, if you can see how it's cutting everything individually, and that is not what we want because that'll be a big mess to try to apply to the card. So we are going to select each one individually and attach. And then, very important, we're going to go up here and select all and hit, well, let's try Make It again and see if we've got a better layout. Okay, we do. And so we're going to just move these around a little bit so that they cut like we want them to. Okay, and now we are going to go back once we know it's going to cut right, and we want to save. Okay, so I'm going to save this project as car decal. Okay, so once it saves, we'll hit, we'll head on over to the Cricut. I do, I design on my computer, but I like to cut from my phone just because it's a little more portable and it's Bluetooth. I don't have to hook it up. So we're going to head over to the Cricut now where we can print this and finish up our decals. Okay, so here we are at the Cricut, and I like to use my phone whenever I'm printing just because it's more portable, and it works with the Bluetooth with the Cricut, so I don't have to plug into it. You can use your computer, and I probably will sometimes when I can plug into it, but for now I'm going to use my phone. So I've opened my Cricut Design Space and just click on the design that we have made, and we're going to go down here where it says make it, because we're going to edit that. We're going to get our mat ready. We're going to take the plastic sheet off, and save your plastic sheets, guys, because you will want to put it back over your mat when you're done to keep all the dirt and the debris off of it. So we just lay our vinyl down, and this 143 vinyl actually comes in sheets, which I like, rather than in rolls. You can get bulk in rolls. I'm not sure exactly what colors will come in bulk, but certainly black and white. So now I'm just burnishing it down, making sure that air bubbles are out and that it's on the mat really good. My mat hasn't been cleaned in a minute, so I'll just put those up there. Okay, so that is burnished down good. So now I'm going to go ahead on my phone and click Make It right there on the bottom. And you can see that everything on our mat is going to cut the way we want it to, but they're a little close together. Cricut is going to, by default, cut so that we save the most vinyl, but we want these a little further apart so that we can cut between them, and I'm actually going to move them a good bit farther apart. Okay, so we just move them just like that and hit continue. Now it's going to ask me to select an accessory. I only have the maker, so that is the one that I'm always going to hit. It's not going to pop up anything else. But if you have the Maker or the Explorer, actually I don't know for sure, but because you can't have both of them hooked up at the same. But anyway, it might give you a choice, so make sure you make the right choice. I'm going to choose my Maker. Okay, and it's going to ask us what kind of material we're using. Okay, so it has a favorites and a popular, and I have not put vinyl in my favorites yet, which I should, because it's usually the only thing I cut on. But okay, so there's the vinyl, and right here you'll see a pressure, and it says default. I'm going to go ahead and add more pressure. My blade is fairly new, but sometimes on vinyl it doesn't want to cut just right, so I use more pressure, especially for something like this that I'm making so that I can sell to others. So we'll go over to the Cricut, and you can see that the arrow button is flashing, which means that your Cricut is ready for the mat. And so we'll just push it, and it pulls our mat in. And now the C button is flashing, the Cricut button, so we'll just push it, and it will start the cut. Okay, so now we've got the cut done. We just push that arrow button to pull it out of the machine. And I don't know if you can see how well that it cut. It's kind of hard to tell, but we'll begin weeding. And you'll be able to tell more. And I did forget to mention that you will need some kind of knife to cut your straight edge with. This is the Cricut True Control knife, and I like it much better, even over like the X-Acto handheld kind of knives. This one just gives a much more precise, better cut. And I know I wasn't a believer either until I tried them side by side. So that I will also link to that. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I take my scissors and just cut the excess vinyl from around my designs, because I save scraps, and this is a good bit of vinyl if you need a scrap. Okay, so I cut that off. I really could have done that with a straight edge and made a better cut. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that on. Okay, so once again, I want to burnish this down really well, just to help with the weeding process. And I did lift this up. So, okay. So, to begin weeding, we'll start in, I usually start in the upper corner, and I do weed vinyl on my mat. I know some people don't, but it helps to be, it helps keep your, it helps keep it in place so that you have your hands, both your hands, to weed with, which is really important. And guys, I love this. I really do love this 143 StarCraft vinyl. Look how easy it weeds. Other vinyls I have some issues with, and I'm going to do a comparison so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, and you can form your own opinion. Guys, I'm not paid by 143 Vinyl or by Cricut. I bought all these products on my own, and my opinions are my own. My only affiliation is if you click one of my links and you make a qualifying purchase, I will receive a small commission, but it does not cost you anything more. So I encourage you to use those links because it really, really does help me. Makes a big difference. Okay, so we got all that. Well, that one little piece didn't want to do right, did it? And how I handle that is I just well, a couple of places didn't do right. Let me see if I can see what's going on here. That should stay down. Oh, it didn't cut really well right here. So let's see if I can. Okay. And guys, I'm so glad that these mistakes are happening to me so that maybe you can avoid them, but I don't know why the Cricut would have cut so well everywhere except right there. And it's done it in a couple of different places. All right, let's see if we can see that pea. And it's just stuck to other vinyl, so it actually cut. Okay. All right. So now let's see if we can kind of do the same thing here. I don't know what's going on. I might have to, wow, I don't know what happened here. All right, so what I'm going to do here is just chalk this particular one up to the Cricut. Just didn't cut very well, and I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with it because this is not the first time recently. Okay. So, and I have a fairly new blade. I might need to check into it. So, yeah, I'm just going to chalk that one up to something happened. Okay, so, oh, there's my tweezers. I said before I like to get the little pieces out with these tweezers, so I just want to show you just how easy it is to do that. That little piece didn't want to give it up, did it? Just do the same here. I'm not going to worry about weaving this one just because it's just a fail. And this P right here now is wanting to give me issues again. So I'll just go ahead and take that little piece out. And put it back like that. I probably won't sell this one either, but unless I can get that just perfectly there. Okay. Alright, so look, make sure that I've got all the weeding out of those three, and of course we're Xing that one out. Alright, it looks good. So now we cut our transfer tape, and I already measured this, and it's going to be a little bit bigger than my design. So that I be sure to cover everything. Okay, so now to put your transfer tape down, the best way, might not be the easiest way, but the best way is just to kind of fold it up in half and center it up, and then just fold out from there. The reason for this is you kind of, the air bubbles will push out as you're laying it down, whereas if you lay it down from the top and you get air bubbles, they're a lot harder to get out. So, and again, you'll notice I'm doing this on the mat too, just to keep it all kind of held down while I do the things I need to do. And I'm going to burnish again, just like that, to make sure that they stick really well to that transfer tape, because you don't want your customers having issues once they have bought a decal from you. All right, so that's done, and now it's time to cut, and we are almost done with this, guys. So I'm laying my ruler down here, and I kind of want to get it kind of close on one side there, and just take my true control knife here and cut. And once again, I'm going to get it kind of close. What this does is avoids maybe a cut or two once I get these all cut from themselves. All right, now I'm going to put it kind of close here. I'm going to have to cut that one separately. Just cut down. And kind of close here. Okay. Now let's make sure that that cut right. I'm sure that it did. It cut off very easily. And if you have trouble getting them off the mat, guys, there is a spatula that Cricut makes. I think you can get a spatula and a scraper tool in one set for, I don't even remember how much, maybe $10 or $12. But again, you can use whatever works for you, for your crafting and your budget. my goal is to help you learn how to make these crafts so that you can sell them down the line and make a little money off your cutting machine, because they are quite pricey. They're a good investment. Okay, and I'll have to cut that again. And this one, of course, we know we're just going to throw in the trash. We'll just pull it up like that. Put it, well, and get this one off a little more carefully. All right. So there's that, and we are going to trim all the edges off. Once again, using our straight edge. I don't know which is the better side, actually. Probably doesn't matter. True control knife. And I am cutting this on a cheap table. I do have a cutting mat that I should probably use. So I don't suggest doing this, is what I'm getting at. If you have an expensive table or something you paid a lot of money for your craft room, I would not suggest cutting directly on your table. That's a little crooked, but that's all right. Fix that later, or put it on my own car. All right, so there you go. Nice little car decal. All you got to do is maybe put it in a little plastic bag, and you can sell them at your craft shows, or however you sell them. And that is that. All right, guys, so that's it. Cute little decal, and you can make any sayings that you want to. I have other things on my website and my resource library. If you want to check those out, just go to my resource library. If you don't have a password, then just enter your email address, request a password and enter your email address. I'll send it right away. It is at the bottom of all my emails, so you will always have it handy. So mistakes and all, it's pretty easy, and there's going to be mistakes, and like I said, I'm going to find out what's wrong with my machine, because that's the second time it's done that kind of recently. So be sure to visit my website at barbaramakescrafts.com. Follow me on Facebook and on Pinterest, and make sure that you like this video and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Like I said, I will link to all the products that I used so that you will know what I used, and you will be able to duplicate this exact craft project. Now for my favorite part of the video, guys. I love giving gifts. I don't know if you've ever read the 5 Love Languages. I read it 20, 25 years ago. I don't remember. But back in my early married days. And one of the love languages is gifts. And it's normally people show me love by giving me gifts. And that is true. That is my love language, probably my primary love language. But I love giving gifts even more. So when I'm looking, I have a goal for 500 subscribers here on my YouTube channel. And once I reach that goal, I have 3 Cricut tools that I'm going to give. There's going to be a drawing, and 3 lucky subscribers will win a tool. So let me show you what those tools are, because I could not be more excited about these. Guys, this is a premium Cricut fine point blade, which is the blade that you use for almost everything. It's not a specialty blade. You can use it in your Maker. You can use it in your Explore series also. So there's, oh, and it's gold. This is the one they sell online, but when I bought mine, they were silver. So I like the gold. So I hope you do too. Guys, there's a scoring stylus. This probably works, as far as your programming, probably works a little better in the Explorer, but it will also fit in your Maker. And this is a great tool for if you're making cards. It scores it where you can fold it, so you can make a clean, straight fold exactly where it's supposed to be. And that's a great tool also. I use it pretty often. And this, of course, is my favorite. And this is the craft tool holder. And what it does, and I'm going to show you mine. I want to shake that so you know that this is not an empty box. This is one I bought new with the tape on it and everything, just for you guys. But I loved mine so much that that's why I bought it for you. So what this does is it holds all your housings in one place. If you can see that, it holds, I think, 9 housings. And then, although well, with the quick swap blades, you might not have that many housings. I certainly don't, but they may come out with some more. And then in the bottom, you can see it has little places to put your quick swap blades in. And right now I only have 2. I'm hoping to get more soon, but it holds those very well. So make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribing is what enters you into the contest. But if you would like my video, or heaven forbid, not like my video, or and leave a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you want to see me do, because these videos are for you, to help you be a better crafter. Or if you are a better crafter than me, and it certainly is out there, be sure and let me know how I can be better. I'm always open to constructive criticism. And so just be sure and comment below and click those links and ring that bell so you don't miss one of my videos. You don't want to miss them, guys. Okay, so that's it. So until I see you again, happy crafting!